Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now in this video we're going to be talking about how to perform an SEO competitor audit or SEO competitor analysis, or in other words, how you can actually go about stealing the success of your competitors so you can outrank them and outperform them. Now there's a saying, in order to be the best, you have to beat the best. Okay, now in order to beat the best, you have to know how the best works. So that's what we're going to be covering today. Now, stealing the success of our competitors and running competitor analysis is something that we do quite regularly within the agency for each one of our SEO clients. And what I'm actually going to share with you today on screen, step by step, is how you can actually perform your own competitor analysis so you can start ranking higher for your own business. Now, before we jump into it, please do remember to hit subscribe, hit the bell notification too, and you're going to be notified of any future releases. And also let me know down in the comments, are you managing to steal the success of your own competitors? If you are, perfect. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is identify your competitors. All right, so you can actually do this by opening up a notepad on your laptop or getting a pen and paper and just writing down what your local competitors are. Well, I mean, they don't even have to be local, just any top 3 to 5 competitors within your space. Write them down. If you're not sure and you have no idea, then you can actually turn to Google. So if you go to Google and you search for a keyword that you want to rank for, so dentist Exeter, for example, scroll down and you can see the top 3 positions. Okay, these would be your top 3 main competitors. What you can then do is open each one of those into a new window. Once you have identified your competitors, you're going to want to get a real feel for them. Okay, so I suggest that you spend a little bit of time on each of their websites. You want to take a look at what they're doing, how they're doing things, how their website is designed, how they're talking, their language, their site structure, the user experience, how much content they've got on the page, all sorts. Okay, so the first tip here in order for you to start beating your competition is to take a look at their website and do things better. Okay, so one thing that you can do is visit, for example, a treatment page. Let's say you wanted to rank for orthodontic treatment in your local city. Okay, so maybe this was the target page that you wanted to rank for. What you want to do is take a look at how many images they've got on their page. If they've got 2 or 3 images, you want to do 4 or 6 images, okay? Double it. If they've got 500 words on a page, go for 1,000. Just make sure that you are beating them. Okay, so this is the point here. You want to have a look at each of your competitors and you want to do things better. All right, so next what we look to do is figure out how many pages they've got indexed or how many pages of their website are they ranking for. Okay, and there's actually a nice little tip that you can do in order to achieve this. So if we head back to Google, let's take Inspired Dental Care, for example. All right, and if we search site / / and then we put the URL in like so, you'll see here that it brings back a ton of results specifically for Inspired Dental Care. All right, and if you look at this result here, this shows us that they are ranking for 181 pages. All right, so that's quite a lot of pages, quite a lot of keyword opportunity there. So there's a reason why this site in particular could be getting quite a bit more traffic than you, for example. All right, you want to do this process with each of your competitors and just try to understand where they're at. While you're doing this as well, it's actually a really good idea to look through and have a look at how they are using their keyword titles, so their meta titles, their meta descriptions. And if you do this for each one of your competitors, you're going to get a real feel for how you should be writing and formulating your own meta titles and meta descriptions. The next thing that we can actually do is run a site audit. Okay, so we can use a tool like Ubersuggest, Ahrefs, SEMrush in order to perform a pretty in-depth search analysis on your competitors. All right, so I'm just going to use a tool here called Ubersuggest. And again, I'm just going to take this Inspired Dental Care. You would want to do this for each one of your competitors, and I'm just going to search. All right, so instantly this is going to bring me back a bunch of data. So I can already see that this site in particular has 761 organic keywords that is generating them traffic. They have over 3,000 hits monthly organically via search. Their domain authority is fairly on the low side, and their backlinks are on the low side as well. So we've just been given a bunch of data here. Okay, so do this for each one of your competitors. Understand where the benchmark is and what you need to be striving for. All right, we can actually go a step further here now. All right, and we can steal all of our competitors' keywords. Now, you may consider this stealing. I actually call it inspirational, taking inspiration from the ones that are performing well. There's no point wasting your time doing guesswork when you can actually look and figure out what is working well for someone else and take inspiration from that and start implementing that within your own business. Okay, so keyword research is a huge part of successful SEO. And if you have no idea where to start looking at your competitors and get inspiration from the keywords that they are using. So we can do that using a tool like Ubersuggest. We can come inside here, and this will give us a list of keywords that they are ranking for. So you can see here that Dentist Exeter, they're in position 5, and that has a fairly high search volume. Okay, so you can come through this list and start ticking through keywords that you perhaps want to rank for, and you could export it to a CSV, or you could use traditional pen and paper, write this down. Or like me, I just open up notes on my computer and I can just write these down. So you'll now have a huge list of potential keywords that you can start ranking for just by looking at your competitors. Now we're just looking at one example here. Don't forget that you would do this for multiple competitors and you'd formulate quite a nice list of keywords for your business. Now, if you're following along in this video, like you'll have a pretty good understanding of your competitors now and what you need to be doing in order to beat them in the search rankings. Okay, but there is a part of SEO that's a little bit more challenging, and that is backlinks. Okay, that is where most of the time and effort goes with our SEO campaigns that we have within our agency. And there's actually a way that you can start generating some quick wins when it comes to backlinks and just looking at your competitors, seeing where their website is being linked from, and you can reach out to them and start getting some low-hanging fruit for your own business. All right, so let's have a look at how we do that. Let's jump back on the screen here. And if we just come back to keyword overview, I'm just going to paste that back in here, search. And this section on the right-hand side, if we click backlinks, you are able to see all of the backlinks for your competitor. Okay, awesome. So you can see here that there are a list of backlinks that this competitor has. So what you can do here is you can literally export to a CSV. You can download these list of backlinks and you can then one by one start reaching out to these businesses and see if there's any opportunity for you to have a link, a feature article, a blog, anything that can acquire you a backlink back to your website. And what's awesome is it will give you a domain authority for each of these. So some of these are relatively high, and then as it goes down the list, the domain authority is lower. So if you're not sure what domain authority means, it's a score that scores a website based on its authority and credibility. So if you have a website with a high domain authority linking to your site, that then deems your website more credible than, let's say, a website with a low domain authority linking to it. Okay, so you want to be trying to get a mix of low authority and high authority. The higher domain authority that you can get linking back to your site, then the more successful your SEO campaign is going to be. So there you have it, guys. That is how you go about performing an SEO competitor audit for your own business, and how you can go about just stealing the success of your competitors and then building that into your own SEO campaign and finding success. Okay, remember, in order to be the best, you have to beat the best. So being able to beat the best, you need to know how the best works. Okay, and that's exactly what we've covered off here. So hopefully you are now able to perform your own SEO competitor analysis and start implementing these things into your own SEO campaigns to find success. If you've got any questions, please do leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well and hit the bell notification to be notified of any future releases. There is an end screen coming up. There'll be more useful content on that screen, so make sure you check that out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.